Hey guys, so I'm here today to talk about Amanda Ensing again. I actually originally filmed this video yesterday. It's Sunday right now, so I filmed it on Saturday, but she posted this like diatribe on Instagram stories or Instagram Reels, I guess, last night. So I felt the need, maybe it was Instagram TV, I don't fucking know, they're all the same to me. So I felt the need to refilm it. So I have two videos already on my channel about Amanda Ensing. One about her coming out as a Trump supporter and one about her attacking prominent Black creators on YouTube, on Twitter during the Capitol riots. So I didn't want to talk about her again, and I originally was going to approach this from a different angle, and I will briefly give a little synopsis at the beginning. But Amanda Ensing is once again painting herself as a victim, and so I felt the need to talk about it. So before I get into this video, subscribe to my channel every Tuesday and Thursday, and let's do this. So a little backstory, Amanda Ensing is a creator on YouTube, like a beauty vlogger, lifestyle kind of girl. She came out as a Trump supporter right before the election, and I did a video on that, and there's a lot of people in my comments and watching my videos that basically said that I shouldn't want to cancel somebody for having a difference of opinion. And I just want to preface this video by saying that pineapple on pizza is an opinion. Whether or not Black people and trans people and other minority groups should have rights is not an opinion. That's a human rights issue. That's not political. It's not a political opinion. That's hate. So if you support Trump, who supports these things, who has put in a Muslim ban, who has kids in cages, who didn't give a fuck about Black Lives Matter, then you support those things, and therefore I don't support you. And while there is freedom of speech in America, freedom of speech means that the government cannot do anything to you in regards to this speech. It does not mean freedom from consequences from your fellow society members. And when your job is having a platform on the internet and people are literally paying your bills by watching your content and allowing you to have sponsored content, you don't have freedom of speech. I mean, sure, you have the freedom to say whatever the fuck you want, but I have the freedom to not watch you and encourage others not to watch you. That's my freedom of speech. So that happened, and then during the Capitol riots, she was tweeting things like, "There's not enough popcorn in the world for what's about to happen." She tweeted pictures of the riot, of like the outside of the Capitol, and was like, "Do you still think Biden won?" And then she was spewing microaggressions at both Jackie Aina and Makeup by Shayla, who are Black YouTubers, on Twitter. So that all happened. And so people were, like, the general consensus on YouTube was that we're pretty much done with Amanda Ensing. And I wasn't planning on talking about her again. And then she posted a Sephora video, like a favorites, top 10 things you need from Sephora. And in the comments, people noticed, or in the description bar, people noticed it was sponsored, and everyone's like, what the fuck, Sephora? And so Sephora was pretty on the ball. They responded to comments almost immediately and basically said, actually, I'll read you the response, hold on. So somebody commented on one of their Instagram posts and said, "After seeing you sponsor Amanda Ensing, a supporter of the dangerous MAGA group, I'm out." And Sephora responded and said, "Thanks for reaching out and bringing this to our attention. We were made aware that Amanda was an influencer contracted through one of our external vendors' campaigns, recently shared content on social media that is not aligned with Sephora's values around inclusivity. As soon as we were informed, we made the decision to cease all programming with Amanda and will not be engaging in future sponsorships." Now, some people in the comments were saying that it wasn't enough, that they didn't believe Sephora didn't know. So in my original video that I filmed, that I'm refilming now, I talked a little bit about it from the influencer side because I used to work in influencer marketing and I work in marketing in general. So I basically said that a company as large as Sephora will just hire an outside agency. In this case, Amanda Ensing revealed that it was Reward Style, and that they've probably worked with this agency for so many times in the past that they no longer like oversight the campaigns. They just give them the metrics they want, and then Reward Style does all the work. So the odds of Sephora actually specifically approving Amanda Ensing are so slim. And you also have to think about how large these agencies are. A lot of the times we will attack a brand for like doing something like this, but then realize that sometimes it's just one person's mistake, like one low-level employee who added Amanda Ensing to a list and didn't realize, and it just got through. That's kind of what happened. So I personally do believe that Sephora didn't have any actual knowledge of Amanda's sponsorship and that didn't actually like approve her sponsorship personally. Like, think about how large Sephora is. When people say stuff like, "I can't believe Sephora did that," it's like, okay, but like, who is Sephora? It's not one person. There's so many different employees, and all it takes is one employee's fuck up for shit like this to happen. And as soon as someone on the social media team saw it, I'm assuming they brought it up to like the marketing manager, and they like crafted this response and then moved on. So I personally do give Sephora props for like reacting quickly and being done with it. And that was the gist of my first video. It was much longer than that, but we'll just keep it moving. Then Amanda went on to post this wild video on Instagram stories, and in the video she says that a few hours after posting her video that Sephora asked her to take it down. Now she does say in her video that Sephora and Reward Style approved the video, but like I said, generally what they do is she'll send the video for review, and a video like this was probably just like mention Sephora products, and so whoever reviewed it, again, was probably just like a low-level employee who watched it and said, okay, there's no shitty stuff in here about Sephora, and she probably didn't mention Trump in there, so they approved it. Like, I don't believe Sephora approved the video. I believe that Reward Style watched the video, there was nothing defamatory in the video, so it got approved. It doesn't take a lot to get, it depends on the brand, but it doesn't take a lot to get a video approved like that. It would be different if it was like an individual review and there were different marketing points you had to hit, but for like a favorite style video, it's pretty lenient. As long as the products you mentioned were from Sephora and you said great things about Sephora in the video, you're sailing. So that response I just read you from Sephora, Amanda is now saying they are smearing her character with that. I hate to break it to Amanda, but saying that she does not align with their views is not smearing her character. It's just a fact. Like I said, Amanda Ensing has posts liking homophobic comments on her page. She has posts praising the Capitol riot, and she has tweets attacking Black creators with microaggressions. She literally asked Jackie if she paid her taxes, and she asked Shayla if she had a college degree. Now, people in my comments in my last video were like, well, how is asking Jackie if she paid her taxes racist? Because the idea that a Black person is a thief and doesn't pay her taxes is just ingrained in racist rhetoric. We don't ask Jeffree Star if he paid his taxes. We don't ask Jaclyn Hill if she paid her taxes. And please remember that this lie was actually created by Jeffree Star while he was attacking her, and he's like the most known racist on YouTube. So Amanda goes on and on in this video about how it being about her political ideologies. And instead of really mentioning Trump, she talks about being a conservative woman. And here's the thing. There are plenty of conservatives and Republican influencers who are thriving. Jaclyn Hill is known to be a registered Republican. Her mom, I'm pretty sure, is a Trump supporter. And nobody cares because she's not out here spewing bullshit. And there are there's probably tons of creators who are Republicans, but there is a huge difference between what a Republican is and what a Trump supporter is. That's why lots of Republicans this last election actually voted for Joe Biden, because they didn't believe in Trump's ideologies, because Trump takes Republicanism too far. But again, there are tons of conservatives who are on YouTube and are thriving and nobody cares. This isn't about being conservative. This is about Donald Trump and the fact that even if Trump was aside, you celebrated the Capitol riots. There are tweets of you clapping about it, saying that it's your, approving a tweet that says it's your house and you should be allowed to enter. Imagine if Black people said that. Imagine. You're attacking Black women with microaggressions. You're liking homophobic posts. You're like tweeting out QAnon conspiracy theories. Like, you are beyond a Trump supporter and a conservative. You are a conspiracy theorist and you are spreading hate. No matter how many times in her video she said she spreads love, unity, and light on her channel, just because you say that, it doesn't make it real. In her video, she also says, I'm not racist, I'm not a white supremacist, I'm purple. Did I turn purple? Oh, so wait, just because I say something, it doesn't make it factual? Wild. Just because you can say I'm not racist and I'm not a white supremacist does not mean that your actual actions reflect that. You are supporting white supremacists. Like, white supremacists were the ones that stormed the Capitol. I don't know if you saw all of the Confederate flags in there, the Nazi shirts, Camp Auschwitz sweaters, like those were white supremacists. A lot of Trump supporters are white supremacists disguised as Republicans, and that's the issue. So then she goes on to show us a clause in the contract that I knew would be there. I actually talked about this in my original video I filmed. The clause basically says, Reward Style has the right, hold on, I wrote it down. It says they have the right to not pay her if there is a scandal that will insult or offend the community or public. It was a lot longer than that, but it was the clause in the contract basically said if like there's a scandal or drama surrounding this influencer, they have the right to not pay her. And what's funny is Amanda Ensing actually read the contract and then she went back to Reward Style and said, well, about this clause, and here's the thing. I don't know if you know about telling on yourself, but I think by flagging that specific clause, you kind of told on yourself. Like, you knew this was gonna happen because you know what public perception of you is. So she actually went back and asked them about that clause and said, like, you know, I have been attacked for my ideologies and many influencers are always, their words are taken out of context. And I believe, she said, like, political and religious freedoms are our American rights and I don't want to be, you know, put my work into this and then not get paid because of that. So the person came back and was like, oh, it's usually only instances of like extreme violence or hate speech. And so I will say at that point, I do think whoever the Reward Style account manager was should have done some digging because like I said, Amanda kind of told on herself in asking specifically about that clause, and like just her wording about political and religious freedoms was like, so I do think Reward Style in that point should have done some more research, but they clearly didn't. So then Amanda says that she's never condoned violence. I have a tweet of you clapping about the Capitol riots. There's tweets about you attacking the left. There's tweets about you saying there's not enough popcorn in the world about the Capitol riots. So like, I don't know if you know this now, but 5 people were murdered in the Capitol riots. So that's you condoning violence. So then she says, again, she's on about how she's been attacked for being conservative and religious. And let me just say, first of all, no one is attacking you for being conservative or religious. Let's talk about religion for a second. Joe Biden is religious. He's like Christian or Catholic. I'm not religious. They all are the same to me. I'm sorry. A lot of the like white American religions all kind of blend together for me. He's religious. He goes to church all the time. In order to be a president of the United States, you have to be religious. It's kind of a thing over there. The separation of church and state is not exactly done very well in America. So like being religious is very normalized in America. And I would say tons of YouTubers are probably religious and nobody cares. No one is attacking you for being religious.
Editing Kayla here. I just wanted to pop in and add that no one cares that you're religious as long as you're a respectful religious person, but there is a difference between being religious and trying to force your religion onto other people. Amanda Ensing very much talks down to people who don't follow God or who aren't religious, and she's one of those religious people that tries to shove their religion onto other people. And that's the issue people have. Like, there is a clip going around from the Young Turks, I don't know the girl's name, that is perfect, where she says, like, I don't give a fuck what the Bible says about abortion or birth control because I'm not religious. You can live by that Bible, that's your right, but you have no right to force me to live by the Bible because it's your religion, not mine. And that's exactly it. Amanda Ensing is one of those conservatives that will try to push her religion onto people and talk down to those who don't believe in her religion. So I just kind of wanted to add that it's not about the religion aspect. It's about, I mean, really in all of this, it's about her approach.
Literally, and this is the thing, Amanda says words, but there is no basis in fact behind them. You know, she said that she's attacked for her religion, but then I also saw someone commented on Manny MUA's TikTok and said, what are your thoughts about Amanda Ensing? And he replied, oh, you mean Esther? And if you don't know, Amanda Ensing calls herself Esther. It's like a character in the Bible or something who I think like saved the Jews. It's, first of all, like kind of weird to do that, but okay. And then Amanda Ensing took that one little comment about people making fun of her for calling herself Esther and went on a fucking diatribe on her Instagram stories about how Mandy MUA is attacking her religion and how she has the right to religious freedom and how people are being attacked for being Christian. And it's like, who attacked your religion? Literally nobody. They're making fun of you for being ridiculous. Nobody gives a fuck about your religion. Literally nobody. It's so, like, it's very normal to be religious in North American society. So, like, nobody cares. Realistically, the issue here is she's pandering to her audience and she's saying all these things because people won't do the research. People won't do the reading. People won't look into it. They'll just see that Amanda Ensing is being attacked for being conservative and that's how she spun it. And so they'll believe that, but that's not it. And I would say most conservatives won't believe this. There are tons of conservatives who are smarter than this. It's the very far right-wing Trump supporters who believe anything Trump tells them and anything a Trump believer tells them that will believe this and will get riled up. But, like, what are you gonna do? Like, this isn't going to affect anything. This isn't going to do anything but bring you maybe some views. Like, that's all she wants. All she's doing is spinning this up into more than it is because she sees the drama in it and she knows that she only gets views when she causes drama. Someone on one of my last videos commented, like, thanks for the recommendation, Amanda Ensing is amazing and I'll definitely be following her. She has 1.2 million subscribers. And yeah, sure she does, but she gets like 10,000 views on every video. So she's getting like 1% engagement, which as an influencer, usually you're supposed to be getting like 10% engagement. So, like, she's not even close to getting 10% engagement on her videos. So, like, does she have 1 million subscribers? Are they real? Who knows? So then she pulls up an article about how Sephora wants to be more inclusive. And if you read the article, they actually talk about, like, different, like, body types and diversity. And they're talking about, like, they're trying to say they need to have more racial diversity and, you know, more men in makeup and, like, you know, diverse body types and diverse people and non-binary people. That's what they're trying to say. But she is trying to put herself in there. And this is the thing. Amanda Ensing is the queen of making herself the victim. You are a white, passing, rich woman in America. You are not a victim. I'm just a little bit confused about why you want to make yourself a victim so bad. You are attacking people who want to be inclusive. So let it go. Just let it go. You chose this path. You wanted to come out as a Trump supporter. You wanted this to be your platform. And if you thought that brands were still gonna wanna work with you, you're more delusional than anyone could have seen. Basically, what this comes down to is Amanda Ensing saw the clause in the contract. She signed the contract anyways. She knew this was going to happen. And she's using this for views. She's using this for drama. And I know I'm giving her what she wants, but, like, sometimes she's just so ridiculous that I can't not talk about it. I think Reward Style fucked up by giving her the sponsorship, of course. I think they should have done more research. I don't think Sephora was involved. And I think that they did the right thing by cutting her off. And she can cry and moan all she wants on her little conservative side of the internet, but nobody's gonna care. There are tons of conservatives out there who are thriving as influencers and are still getting brand sponsorships, but there's a huge difference between being a conservative and being racist and homophobic and spreading QAnon conspiracy theories and supporting a Capitol riot. Like, just, this isn't about political views. This is about your specific actions, Amanda, and they have consequences. And you know, she talks about how, like, is Sephora gonna, like, fire all their conservative employees or, you know, stop conservative people from shopping with them? And it's like, no, but there is a difference between taking money from conservatives and allowing conservatives to shop in your stores and having someone be the brand ambassador to your company. When you receive a sponsorship from a brand, you are now an ambassador for that company. You are a face that represents that company, and you are not entitled to that just because you're an influencer or just because you're conservative. You know what? If you're not inclusive and brands want to be inclusive, you don't fit their values anymore. So you just have to deal with that. Go get a sponsorship with MyPillow or Hobby Lobby or Chick-fil-A, someone who is also in your realm of hatred. So that is all I have to say about that. Amanda Ensing is being ridiculous as usual. Trump supporters in my comments, I don't care. I think most conservatives can see the difference between being conservative and being hateful, and if they can't, that's a red flag on them, I think. Hopefully brands will see this. Hopefully Reward Style will take this as a note and start doing a little bit more due diligence on who they're hiring. I'm sure that she was just already in an influencer list and they pulled it and didn't even think about it. But I would also say reward style, don't just look at follower count, look at engagement, because I don't know how Amanda Ensing, you know, I understand her being on a list and getting through without realizing her political views, but like her engagement is trash for how many followers she has. So I'm more concerned about that from like an influencer marketing perspective. Like how much did you pay her? Because she doesn't get the views anymore. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down below about the situation. Do you think Sephora knew more? Do you think Amanda Ensing is just out here crying for attention so that she can get more views? And I'm giving it to her. I can't help it. Like, I am just one of those people, you know, people who just like always have to give their opinion. I'm that person. I can't help myself. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.